Medicare to Canada under a guy named Tommy Douglas. Anybody here ever heard of Tommy Douglas? Tommy Douglas, the Saskatchewan premier who used to tell a great story called Mouseland. It was all about this imaginary world where the mice lived their lives governed by the black cats. The black cats would pass laws that weren't particularly beneficial to the mice. Speed limits on how fast they could move, size of the mouse hole had to be large enough for the cat's paw to be able to go in. Eventually, the mice got together and said, wait a minute, these cats are passing laws that are not working for us. It's time and yet we go out and vote for these black cats. It's time that we had a total change in approach. So after the meeting, they all went out and they agreed. They would vote for the white cats in the next election. That's what they did. And sure enough, the white cats came in and they appealed to the mice for votes and told them that they would work on their behalf. Once the white cats were in office, sure enough, they did adopt various new laws. They said that the mouse holes had to be even larger so that 2 hands from the cats could go in after the mice. This is a story that Tommy used to tell, and he finished it off by finally saying, and I'm making it very short, that ultimately the mice realized that they had to elect their own people into the government, that it's time that the average person had a voice in the House of Commons, and that there was somebody looking out for them, who came from the community that was affected. And then we think it's time that the average person had a voice in the House of Commons. And if that happened, you know what we would have? We would have health care, but we would also have education for everybody who needed it. And we would have strong environmental policies, and we'd be a voice for peace around the world, instead of being involved in a George Bush-style foreign policy. Because that's who Canadians really are. And if we are able to organize ourselves and become sufficiently enthusiastic to elect people like Tom King, then we can make that kind of change happen.